What is up, guys? Bilingual Duelist here, and today is actually tomorrow, so this is probably episode 2. And yesterday when I was here, Cardshop, Clove and Magi were closed. And yeah, I still had some time on hand, so I'm in Akihabara again today. And we are going to check out Cardshop Clove right now. I think they should be open right now. And we are still looking for that, let's move a little bit. We are still looking for that Jinzo Ultimate Rare. And also I need a Dragon Champion Gaia for my binder. And I think there was one more, but I always tend to forget one. I will tell you later. But yeah, let's head on to Cardshop Clove right now. Alright guys, so we are now at Cardshop Clove's Asian English area. As you can see, in Japan here they call these cards Asian because in the past there were like English cards as well, right? The Ultimate Rares we are already talking about, for example this card. But yeah, in the last years they also released basically a Japanese Asian release. So don't get those two mixed up. But usually when I'm talking about Asian English cards or Asian cards, I'm always talking about these English variants. And yeah, they don't have that much, as you can see. The last time I filmed here was in September 2023, and now it's basically June 2024. And in general, I have the impression that Yu-Gi-Oh cards are selling really well, and there's not that much supply anymore. So as you can see, there's not that many cards. I mean, this shelf was literally full of cards when I came here last time. If I'm not mistaken, it was even two shelves. But yeah, this is how everything can change over the time. It's crazy. But we have a lot of modern stuff here. We have the quarter century edition cards here. There's a lot of them, as you can see. But modern cards are not too interesting. And up here we have the 20s. And these guys might actually become more relevant in the past because they are way more special than the quarter century edition cards. Price-wise, you can see there's still, of course, the expensive ones, the 10,000 Dragon and also the Dark Magician Girl, very expensive. But there's also some cheaper ones, like this Winged Dragon of Ra here, for example. Very good budget card. And yeah, maybe a good time to start picking up these cards. I personally own quite a lot of them as well. Moving on to the Yu-Gi-Oh shelf, the cool thing here at Cardshop Clove, as I've shown you in other videos, is that they have like the condition of the cards. Like, you don't have to gamble and ask the stuff to open the case. You can basically get an idea about the conditions already by looking at the shelf and the prices, which is really cool. And I'm definitely going to check out this Jinzo. I think he's very competitively priced. And I was looking for a Jinzo, right? So good opportunity here. Down here you can see they have GX era cards as well. Very cheap. Very recommended. A lot of cards have came down quite a lot, but as you can see, the more popular ones like the Wing Kuribo right here, I'm not sure if this is basically excellent if it says B, but let's pretend it is. And the difference between an excellent and a near mint card is still very huge. It's like 3 times the price. Yeah, but despite of that, you can get a lot of very cool cards for your binders. As you can see, horrors also not that expensive anymore. And yeah, there's way more cards, guys. And let's move on to the right here. We have fusion cards here. Check out this Flame Wingman, 25,000 yen. And this card, guys, is quite cheap in Europe right now. I don't know why, but on Cardmarket you can get him for like 80 euro or something in near mint, which is an anomaly. It's way too cheap. But here in Japan the prices are actually a little higher for him. Alright, more e-heroes here, as you can see. And moving down we have some more magic and trap cards here as ultimate rares. And finally, guys, moving up we have like the higher end shelf here with the SM51 Blue Eyes. Very expensive card. I'm very happy that I was able to secure this card already in Chiba when I had a small card hunt there. I think I didn't film there, but it wasn't really worth filming. There was like 2 or 3 shops and they literally had nothing, but they had a blue eyes, so I was able to pull a trigger or pull the trigger on my blue eyes copy for my new project, binder. And down here you see they also have a Gaia the Dragon Champion. Unfortunately, this is near mint condition, and I'm not looking for a near mint conditioned one, so yeah, still have to find him. And I really hope that Magi is open today and that I'm able to find my copy of my end boss, the Dragon Champion Gaia. Alright guys, moving on to the shelf which had the high-end stuff the last time, giving you a quick overview here. I think it was half the size the last time I filmed here, and unfortunately instead of filling it with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, they started filling it with One Piece cards. Don't really know why. I don't get it with the One Piece hype. Yeah, let's have a look at what they have in this high-end shelf. Not really that high-end, to be honest. Let's have a closer look here. We have a Gemini Elf PSA 9, 11,000 yen, super cheap. Some GX slabs, not too interesting. This is kind of interesting. Quarter century PSA 10 Afterglow Dragon. Basically, like, I mean, even the grading might be more expensive than, yeah, the whole card. And down here, guys, we have Ruin. This is the Asian English copy. This is a PSA 10, which is why this is 300,000. So like 2.5k USD. And moving on, some more really cool cards. Quite competitively priced, I would say. Here on the right, we have 20th anniversary cards. Yeah, nothing really too crazy, I would say. We have the Area here, Water Charmer, and we have the 10,000 Dragon. This is the Asian English or the Asian variant. Little differences in the holo foil between Asian and Japanese copies, even though the language is the same. And yeah, moving down one more shelf, this is probably the most expensive area they have. Like, look at this. But it is very, very slim compared to last year. But still, nevertheless, we have an Aquamador price card here. BGS 8.5 with 550,000 yen. Should be roughly like, don't want to say something wrong, but this is probably 30k USD, so very expensive. And let's move on. Oh no, actually I was wrong. 550,000 is way lower. It's probably 3k. And this Jump Festa here, PSA 9. This guy should be around 25,000 USD. We have more Jump Festas here, right? Yeah, I didn't really see the foil, but this is a Jump Festa as well. We have the Sengenjin price card, and we have the 20th anniversary Kanan, and I think she was also a price card. It actually says there on this sheet, I think, Twitter campaign, blah blah blah. Yeah, I will translate this for you. Maybe I do an overlay. Can't read it that fast right now. And coming down here, guys, nothing too crazy anymore. As you can see, we have a Gaia prismatic here. This guy right here, this is probably from a sealed deck, which is why this is so expensive, like 98,000 yen. This is like 700 bucks for this sealed Harpy's Feather Duster. And yeah, despite of that, we have some more Get campaign cards here. But we're pretty much done here. And for some reason, they have like an English tin here for 20 bucks at the very bottom. So they're definitely lacking some higher end stuff here to fill this shape. And the last thing I can show you guys is this first gen shelf here. Let's have a look. So we have a starter box Blue Eyes over here and volume 3 Red Eyes here. And going down from there, it gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And this guy is expensive because he was basically a short print or normal rare, as they call them here in Japan. So Baby Dragon is quite difficult to get from the packs, and even though it's a common card, it's very expensive. And yeah, this is the situation here. Again, we have some very expensive commons down here. The reason I already told you in the last video when we were at Fuku Torika, these are only included in the first generation of the starter box, the so-called theatrical release, and these are lacking in the public release. So there's not that many copies of these commons out there. Really, really cool to see those. Personally, I wouldn't go for these. I think even though they're rare, they're just commons, way too expensive. But I would probably go for the LB reprints because they're even rare, the rarity rare. So silver lettering, and they still look pretty much the same because they're second gen layout. So if you're on a budget, I can really recommend the LB prints. Moving on, we have some more cards here. We have the limited edition cards right here, some ultra rares from the packs and so on, and some Game Boy promos as well. Really cool to see so many, and I also like the presentation a lot. Coming down here to this shelf, guys, we have some more graded cards. Seems like somebody really wanted to grade him, but in the end let him go. So we have a PSA 9 Baby Dragon here from volume 6. And yeah, some random other cards here as well, nothing too crazy. We have a G-Force Lifer here, as you can see, really nice foiling. 45,000 yen for him, and the RA is 32,000. Alright, let's move on, guys. What else do we have? Now we are moving on to the second generation shelf, basically. Hope you can see. These are LB prints. This is the LB Blue Eyes, the reprint. And we don't have the rares I was just talking about. I would have loved to show you. And going up here, we have some very cool first printings of Solemn Judgment here. Deck Infection Virus. I mean, a lot of cool old school cards. Some of these got quite cheap as well. But yeah, the more relevant ones like Harpy's Feather Duster are still expensive. But it looks quite competitively priced. And with the even weaker yen course, it might be a good time to really come to Japan, pick up some cards. And the last shelf here is the C and D tier, so these are a little bit more on the damage side. I'm definitely going to check out this Jinzo here as well. Maybe he is quite decent. I mean, he's C+, and I only need a binder copy. But look at this, guys. Like moderately played, good quality. For the English, for the Europeans, this is probably condition good. 30,000 yen, so around 200 bucks for a Chaos Soldier for your binders. Quite competitively priced, I would say. Yeah, and there's a lot of other stuff, parallel rares as well. Not so much loved by a lot of collectors, even though these are as rare as the Ultimate Rare variants. And yeah, quite a lot of stuff. And we have some old school stuff as well, vanillas and so on. But this is pretty much all they have. Pretty nice selection, even though. But I would say compared to last year, it's way less. Alright, guys, so the situation here in Japan changed quite dramatically, I would say. I'm not really sure if it's a super good thing or a super bad thing. I would rather think it's a decent thing. Oh, let's hurry up to catch this, how to say, the green light for the traffic. I think it's a good thing because it means that Yu-Gi-Oh is quite doing well, right? I mean, we had times here in Japan when it didn't seem like Yu-Gi-Oh was doing so good, and there were so many like cards on the shelves and nobody bought them. Now we have the complete opposite situation here. I mean, modern stuff, obviously, you can buy easily here, but the vintage stuff is getting less, and also the high-end area is getting thinner, I would say. Not that many price cards anymore. And yeah, as you've seen, Cardshop Clove pretty much cleared out for the ARS slabs. I mean, they only had a few left, but mostly PSA as well. So ARS is also really picking up here in Japan and getting more and more bought up. And I really like it. Will be quite interesting in the future to see how they will evolve, like when they start to enter the international market. Hope you can hear me, it's really loud here, but we will see. And yeah, quite interesting changes. But yeah, speaking in general, guys, all the shops we went to, it was quite hard to actually find stuff to film, because there is not that many crazy deals and cards anymore, but when I see something I always film it. And right now, guys, I would say let's not waste any time. Let's go directly to Cardshop Magi and see how the situation is at Cardshop Magi. I really hope that, because yesterday when we went to the other Magi here in the Rajyo-Kaikang, and almost at the Rajyo-Kaikang area right now, they had like almost no Yu-Gi-Oh! So I was assuming that they were like doing inventory, and it was also the end of the month. So today is the 1st of June, and they are open today. I'm 100% sure now. And yeah, I really hope we see some crazy shit there. Let's move on to Cardshop Magi, guys.